Now, through the miracles of modern technology, zany worldwide banner featuring Tom, Michelle, and Jim in an on-topic, off-topic free-for-all. Welcome to the Gun Talk After Show.
All right, we are now in the after show portion, and to our regular complement of Michelle Cleland over there. Hi, Michelle.
Hello.
And Jim Kinsey over there.
I'm not a Michelle, but I'm proud to be here.
You are, but it's like, and we have Michelle Cerino with us, so we have two Michelles, and then we have the other guys. So we don't count for much on this one, Jim.
Sure. That's right.
Jerry says, well, I see that Michelle has taught you use one-word replies. We really don't want to hear a lot from you.
You have to be very careful with that. Yes. No.
Yes.
Okay.
No. Okay.
Sure.
I'm sorry, you've used up your quota of words, sir. So this was hilarious. So we're doing the show today, and Michelle Cerino is talking about training, and Michelle Cleland, who also trains people, is typing in, yeah, but what about this, and what about that? Michelle, was it driving you crazy not being able to get on and talk with Michelle about it?
It's always nice to converse with others who instruct and understand, I guess, technical issues that might arise with just verbalizing something. So when you go out onto the range and you actually have to do it hands-on, it's quite different. So to say you have to have a firm grip, there are people that just choke the living daylights out of a pistol, and then you have exactly the opposite, the people that barely hold on to it, and it won't perform either way. So it was just one of those things that's like, okay, let's explain a little bit.
Right.
And it's the whole deal of what does firm mean?
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know, you got one person who, if they don't have tremors and they're not shaking, it's not hard enough.
Right.
And the other one that just can barely hold on to it and think, well, that is firm. You go, no, it's really not.
You have to be there to show them. You have to be their strong hand. You have to be their weak hand. And I had one girl that was having problems. I was trying to teach her from the very beginning. You know, she really hadn't shot before. And she was just having problems. I said, you know what? Totally relax your strong hand at this point. Just relax it. I don't even want you to put any pressure. And she was able to see the difference of what hand needed to do what. If you crush too hard with your strong hand, how it affects where your
Well, one thing,
shots go.
if you have all that strength you're crushing with your strong hand, you can't really control your trigger finger, can you?
No, you have to be able to move that trigger finger freely. And as soon as you start gripping too hard, if you grip... Here I am trying to show you, as we're on radio.
Hold your head up to the microphone there.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
If you do like a beer can grip where you're crushing a beer can, I've never done that. I don't drink beer, but you're even if you try to keep that finger straight and you do that grip, your finger starts to curve.
Yeah, sympathetically, it just kind of comes in, becomes part of the grip, and now you're not controlling the trigger.
But if you do more of a front to rear grip, you can keep that finger straight.
Mm-hmm. We're both sitting there.
Yeah, we're both.
It's like all four of us have our hands out going, oh, how do we do that?
Because it's just basically it's squeezing it into your palm.
That's a good way to put it.
It's
I like
essentially what you're
Yep.
doing. Yes.
You've shot before, haven't you?
I've done this a time or two.
So wait, you didn't do my girly training and just smile and look pretty.
No, I'm sorry. I did wave though.
Oh yes, good. Okay.
Well, I guess one of my questions to you, Michelle, would be this. I like the pistol that has a high amount of texture or checkering, whatever people want to call it, on the grip, but some people don't. But I like that aggressive feel. You know where it is. It's the same every time, and it just really allows you to grab a hold and have better control.
So Chris does our grips himself with a soldering iron.
He really increases the texture. Roughs them up.
His idea of how the texture should be and mine are a little bit different. Like my hand started bleeding. I'm like, can you please? And he just fixes it. So yes, I do like to do that, especially with my competition gun. And another thing to do is you can actually put a little bit of texture where your weak hand, where your thumb goes. Mm-hmm. You can put something there, and then you have just this little texture.
It's a place where you say that's where the thumb goes, where you touch it, and it just becomes familiar with.
It's a tactile sensation that now I know my thumb's in the right place.
That's a great band name, by the way, Tactile Sensation. I like that.
I thought you were Thumb Rest. I thought that wasn't nearly as good.
Roll off the tongue.
We've had some people at classes where the faster program where we bring grip tape We have one guy that brings everything, anything you can need, and he just puts a little bit of grip tape right there for them, just for the time being. And same thing for that person that won't keep their finger off the trigger. You can even put a little bit of grip tape on the other side of the gun to say, when you're holstering, you need to be able to feel this.
Yeah.
Just if it's a new person and you're trying to train them.
Well, and
it helps.
I think there's a lot of crossover here, too, because a lot of the target archers do the same thing. And again, it's all tactile. It's the feel. It's the repetition. So, if they're shooting with the release, they're coming to a very specific spot, maybe the lip, maybe the ear, there's someplace locking behind the jaw. So, there's a lot of crossover for people with this. It's I don't know. There's a lot to be learned from, I guess, taking the different classes and the different training and feeling the different pistols and really having the event take place around it. I'm one of those people, I have to take off my rings when I'm in competition. I don't like them on because they interrupt my grip, which for me is just
I
maybe
usually
something.
don't. Yeah, I usually don't wear them.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just different.
So, and once you do learn it, and especially with the beginner, once they have it, they might not need that there anymore. But if you could put it on your gun, why not just put it on there?
Sure.
I mean, it's not going to hurt anything.
No. And I don't like the term muscle memory, but it's basically building patterns, building habits, so that when you pick it up, this is how it feels. It's like when the four of us, when we pick up a pistol, our index finger, our trigger finger, simply extends and goes straight. That's how you pick up a pistol, right?
Right.
And it would be totally weird and feel so wrong to do anything other than that.
And it feels wrong to see it. Oh, my God.
Oh, it really feels wrong to see it.
So at the SIG Academy, I actually started shooting where I'm pretty sure he said I did it with my I know I did it with my eyes closed. I grabbed the gun out of the holster. It's not like he spun me around or anything.
Right.
And just I knew how to draw it out, how to present it, and it was to see how fast and how you hit the target. And once you have that and you've done it so many reps, you can do it. I don't recommend anybody doing that, but you can do it
with a trainer.
With a trainer. You can do that.
You can shoot with your eyes closed.
If you've practiced enough.
Well, I was at a place, Firearms Academy of Seattle, and they just taped up your sights completely. Sights are gone. And if you have everything else working for you, you can draw and shoot and hit every time.
Yeah.
At close range.
And I was very close when I was shooting it.
Some of us, Jim, have been known to close our eyes when we shoot anyway.
Well, I was going to say, a lot of people look at my targets and said, hey, were your eyes even open?
Well, and Chris will say to me in the beginning, he would say, well, what did you see? Why did you do that? What did you see when you shot? Nothing, because my eyes were closed. And he would say, come on, seriously. I'm like, no, really, my eyes are closed.
Hey, Chris is such a soft and understanding
he's
guy.
Like, oh, honey, it's okay.
I'm not sure that's what he said.
No, not even close. Not even close.
Call your shot, Michelle.
Well, he tells me that, I'm trying to really learn the shotgun. Oh. I'm really trying, and I'm struggling. I'm just struggling. And he says, well, what did you see when you hit it? I don't know. I don't have that.
It's not there yet.
Yeah.
You have to have shot enough to where you can say, okay, I know what I did there. Don't you find, at first, you have no idea.
No.
And that's like the same thing in golf and karate and everything else, really. You do it enough, you see what's happening.
Golfing karate.
Not golfing karate. Golf and karate.
I'm sorry.
That would be an interesting hybrid, though.
All right, Michelle Cleland. Let's talk about husbands teaching wives, because just like Michelle Cerino, you have a husband who is an instructor and military and all this background.
Yes, I do.
Still.
Hello.
She says, and I'm not going to talk about
no
that.
Question.
Yeah.
And there you have it. That is one ticklish subject.
No, I would have to be honest with you in the aspect that in my home, being of all women except for my father, we had firearms in the home, but we were never taught any kind of shooting whatsoever. And probably because we didn't ask, I'm not sure, just never even thought about it. So it wasn't until my husband and I started dating, like probably our second date, when I guess he needed to figure out whether or not I was really going to keep me, and if I could shoot, that was the answer. I always say you have to try out for the family. You're not just given a spot. But he is the person that brought shooting to me. And so he is very calm, very quiet. And Jim's standing here shaking his head. I mean, that is his personality. He doesn't push. And even when we were raising our kids, they're very good shooters. If they didn't want to shoot and we were in the middle of competition, national matches, okay. You don't want to do it. I'm not going to make you do it, because then they would never enjoy it if we made them do it.
It's like pushing a rope. You can't do that.
Right. So he has just always given the advantage of the presentation of time. If you want to do it, we'll do it. You know, if you're not interested, it doesn't hurt my feelings. It's no big deal. So I have to say from that aspect that my husband is a very good instructor, and he'll be like, what'd you see? Like, I don't know. I think it was, and it's like, you don't have the time in to be able to, what we say, call the shot, to know what
exactly.
you last saw. And so it's okay. But as time goes on, you understand what these different type of, I don't know, code words, what they mean. And you come to learn, we call it on a clock, at 3 o'clock, out to the left or out to the right, whatever you think you saw. But, when you're doing something that is timed and it's just plates or it's just clay pigeon targets, like you said earlier on the program, it's a soft target. So as long as you're somewhere there, you don't have to hold that marksmanship hold forever with a rifle and get that perfect shot. As long as it's a hit, it's a hit.
We're not like Max Michelle, where they'll be shooting a plate rack, and he's shooting so fast you can't believe it, and he's adjusting because he's thinking, well, I'm hitting him on the right edge, and I will adjust while he's doing one of those speed runs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
To me, it's amazing that you can focus and see and know it and change in seconds. I mean, literally seconds for him.
Yeah, they're seeing things that we don't even see.
No,
Right.
I don't. I think there's certain people that, and like Jerry Miculek, there's,
Oh, heavens.
there's, he told Chris the story, when you're shooting crows out of the sky with your 22, and Chris like, no, Jerry, I don't do that stuff,
Jerry, nobody can do that but you.
Yeah.
Are you kidding
so he's
me?
just,
He's shooting flying crows with a 22 and just knocking them out of the sky.
Yeah. It's almost like they're a savant with things like
Yes.
that.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom, we have a lawyer on line 6 wants to talk about shooting rounds into the sky. We might want to make a
You know what?
disclaimer.
As long as his name is not Crow, we're okay.
Now, there's a cue to go to break.
All right. Quick break here while we recover. Be right back.
Get the fastest semi-automatic trigger for your AR rifle with Franklin Armory's BFS trigger. The binary firing system offers a 3-position selector for binary, semi, and safe modes. In binary mode, your AR fires 1 round on pull and 1 round on release. Works in any AR, is easy to install, no paperwork needed. 100% U.S. made, patent pending. The BFS trigger from Franklin Armory. At a dealer near you or at franklinarmory.com.
All right, back from break here, and I'm still kind of scratching my head about the whole idea of Jerry Miculek shooting crows with a 22 out. But, I've seen people who are that good. I mean, the thing about Jerry is, we were just talking about this week, Ryan and I said, we're looking at a video of him, and he was doing whatever the next amazing Jerry thing is, right? And you're going, how does this old dude do this?
Yeah.
Because, Jerry's got to be he's in his late 50s. Might be 60?
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Shoot, I'm going to Google this one.
He's probably 60, and he's beaten the 22-year-olds. And I'm talking about faster than them and more accurate than them.
Well, and it's that 3-gun where it's not like you're just standing there.
Yeah. He's moving and shooting and just...
I don't know how he does it.
Like you say, there's just certain people out there. You just go, whoa.
Jim, you need a tissue?
You said old dude, and the first thing you said was late 50s.
Well, I passed that up a while back, so it doesn't bother me anymore.
He was born in 1954.
Wow.
54.
So is he 62?
62.
Yeah.
Or going 63.
And the thing is, though, he, like Chris always says, he can miss faster than Chris can hit.
But what he means by that is he can miss and recover and make the next shot faster than...
And Chris can make the first shot.
And Chris is fast.
Yeah, and that's, as part of that is trusting yourself. And I think that's a huge part of it. Like at the SIG thing, same thing with me, having that softer focus and trusting that I have everything lined. I just got to trust myself to press the trigger.
But aren't a certain amount of these people still just freaks of nature as well as they train like
No
crazy?
doubt.
But, I mean...
No doubt. Well, listen to Max Michelle talk. Listen to Rob Latham talk. Now, not the same with Jerry, but they do everything fast.
I was just going to say, I can't. He talks too fast.
They're all
I can't listen as fast as he can talk.
All right, I got Jerry. You're talking about missing fast. Jerry's story for you. We're at some event up in Lake Placid, New York, some years ago, and it was a big deal. And they had a dueling tree there, right? And it was man on man,
Love the dueling tree.
Love the dueling tree. So, as Jerry said, what's your plan? He says, I'm going to shoot so fast, it's going to screw him up. And I said, he said, I don't have to hit him. I just have to shoot fast enough to where he gets out of his rhythm. He'd be trying to keep up with me. And I watched, and that's exactly what he did.
Interesting.
Yes. He was just ripping shots. And I don't remember who he was shooting against who was trying to catch up with him. And he was toast by the third shot.
The psyche of doing so.
There is a lot of psych going on in these shooting matches, isn't there?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
And once you've lost whatever that focus or that thing is...
Oh, to get that rhythm back is so hard. Yeah.
You can get it back, but it'll be tomorrow.
Well, right. Yeah, or after the buzzer goes off.
Oh, yes.
Then, yeah. Oh, hey, I got it.
Yeah, thank you. No, I'm sorry. You need to go sit down. You're done.
Well, and
thank you very much.
I think that's one of the reasons why people are so amazed at how well they can do at shooting, though, too, because they might not have ever been a team event player or a team athlete. But when they take up shooting and they relax and they can teach themselves or they can listen to somebody training over and over in the background, they're like, oh, wow, look at my target. And I did this. I'm not good with team events, with team sports. Right.
Well, that's because you never get chosen.
I was the last person in gym class to get picked. I'm terrible
with you.
Well,
athlete.
to that point, shooting is great because it is a sport that you can do if you have essentially no athletic ability.
Right.
Well, except when you have to run and stuff.
That's a whole different deal, but you
yeah.
can get there.
Yes,
But it really is. It's a sport that's open to almost everyone.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
You're your own athlete. You can decide how far you want to go, but you've got to cut yourself a break and have patience with yourself because we went out to Camp Perry last year and Jim was like, wow, this was amazing because you saw all of these people, the best of the best out there shooting and maybe some that aren't but want to get there. And the only way that you can aspire to do it is by going out, watching, teaching, learning.
Well, yeah, the coolest part I thought about that was the pros and the veterans that have been out there taking time to teach somebody who's just a rookie. And, they have other things they could be doing, but they made the time to help out somebody who's eventually going to be competing
happens at every shooting match.
Yeah, it's so
cool.
awesome.
And it may be Jerry Miculek.
Right.
Who may come over, or Latham, or Max Michelle, or Chris Cerino, but they'll look over and say, okay, yeah, just take a few minutes, because it's community. We talk about this being a community, and it is. And Jim and Michelle, it doesn't matter if it's on a national level or a local shoot, the same thing happens, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
It is a little bit frustrating, though. Like, you have to be competing against yourself. And fortunately and unfortunately for me, when we first started shooting, I got squatted with like the super squad only because, Chris was there and it was, whether it was a media thing for that reason.
They just made the assumption and put you in with it.
Well, it was just, you're together or whatever. Right. And when I shoot now, I try to squeeze squad with people that win.
It can be very intimidating.
Yeah. I mean, my time is like 5 times their time.
But don't you get better when you shoot with people who are better than you?
Oh, exactly. And so I need to know that I can't listen to score. I mean, I don't. I don't. But I learn from them, and I watch little. You watch little tiny things that they do that make up those half seconds, And when you have enough half seconds, it makes a big difference
Sure.
in a match. So it's awesome to get to shoot with people that know how to do it, and they're, I would say 95% of the time, they will take the time to help you.
Well, and when you seek out that trainer, and I'm sure, Michelle, this has happened with you and Chris, although I don't know you personally, I'm imagining that this has happened. When you start a sport that they have already been involved in, whether it's for a year, 10 years, or their whole life, they can give you the inside position to be able to make it go fast. Like, look, when I started, this is where I struggled. So let me get you past this point, because this is what's going to make it faster to reload. This is what's going to make it faster to dump the shells and move, or whatever it might be. And that's where I have gained, my children have gained, because our family is a 3-generation shooting family right now. And so we have that ability to help each other more so than somebody else might be. But that's all the reason in the world to go and seek that training.
Right. Or just even if you're not going to shoot at a match or something, if you go watch it and just watch some people that have already done it, on the side or whatever.
Yeah, and watch these kids. Oh my gosh, they're amazing. What they can do.
They're starting at a much younger age, and they have the benefit of being able to watch 1,000 hours of YouTube video of the very best shooters. And you can learn an awful lot by simply watching good shooters shoot.
Well, and they also have the benefit of good eyesight.
and that's why we hate them.
But lots of times they're not starting with the best of equipment. Like where you might be in your life, you can afford the better rifle. Where they're still starting out with the little economy rifle. But you wouldn't know it from looking at their scores.
Right.
Yeah,
it's amazing. They work hard. I'm not saying that they don't work hard, because they are out there pulling the trigger and shooting brass and doing what they need to do. But it's fascinating to me to watch these youngsters.
I was also just thinking, we both of the Michelles here, Michelle C and Michelle C.
Well, that clears things up.
Yeah, very easy.
That help? Oh, wait. Both of you have kids who are competitive shooters.
Yeah.
You know? How'd that come about?
On my side of it, I just think it was the passion. Is something that we started doing with our kids. They were 2 and 3 years old. We started them out with the typical Red Ryder pellet gun, and then they got into rifles that my husband learned on, that my father-in-law built for him and his brother, and then my husband ended up building one that fit the in-between, and we had a son and a daughter, and they're very different sizes, and so you have this plethora of stuff that you come across for training, small rifles and larger rifles and rifles that are cut off and ugly with the stock, and and eventually they outgrow your drawing, so now you need to buy them a whole new one. But I honestly think it's because they have seen the relationship. They feel the discipline and responsibility, and it gives them a huge sense of pride to know what they have won through their hard work. So I think it's a gratification. They put in the time, something good happens. It's a feel-good thing. So you keep working harder, you keep getting better. You keep working harder, you keep winning more. And, on my son's sake, that's what he's still continuing to do. He's got that love, that passion, and tries to help everybody else out with that too, whether it's on a bow or on a rifle. It's just, you should come do this. It's exciting. It's fun. Use my stuff.
He's an ambassador.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
So that's how it was for us. I just think it was a real passion. It wasn't pushed on them. He chose what to do.
Well, in your case, Michelle, you got Colton has just been tearing it up.
And for him, it's kind of very different. He got offered to shoot a match up at Camp Perry that the NRA tried, a rifle match. And Chris said, okay, come. I think he was 13 or 14. Colton hadn't really shot a rifle except for hunting. And he said, actually, he hadn't shot one. And he said, come to this class. It was a 2-day class with law enforcement. Colton's big. He was, he could fit in with the police.
Yeah, he's a big kid.
Yeah, so it wasn't like some little kid going up there. Took the 2-day class, went into the match, won the junior thing. But because he won the junior, he also scored higher than Chris, so they bumped him up to the... So he beat Chris.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, wow, you're kind of pretty good at this. So, and for Colton, though, it's the socialization.
I was just going to say, I've seen him at the matches. He has a ton of friends at these matches.
Yeah, it's more of being with all those people.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't practice. It's just something he does as a family to prove. We shoot to prove that what we teach works. And that we understand how to shoot. We understand the fundamentals. We vet our skills on the range.
But I'm sitting there watching him at the Bianchi Cup, and I mean, he is right there to the very end.
Yeah.
I mean, he's shooting.
He came in second place the one year.
Yeah.
And he beat him on the speed round. Yeah. He beat him on the speed round.
Without practicing.
Without practicing, with a gun he borrowed. A gun in a holster he borrowed that morning.
Wow.
So,
Just think what could happen if he practiced and had his own gun.
I know, yeah. But so for us, it's not the passion of competing. It's vetting our skills and being with those people.
I was going to say, and the community aspect.
Yeah.
And Michelle Cerino, I mean, same thing. You go to the matches, you end up shooting a lot with a lot of the same people. And it's kind of like, yeah, we're going to get together and do this again. It's just.
Well, I can remember for years that my son was out competing, and it was just at the local events, and the guys were like, oh, here he is. Like, we need to get you a girlfriend. We need to win, so you need to not show up.
Yeah, he needs a girlfriend and a driver's license,
Right.
and it's all over.
It's like, but it was all in fun. It was like, oh my goodness. And for them still, they call and they're like, or they come into the store and it's like, what's your son up to? What's
He's
he doing?
out of town,
How is
right?
he? Yeah, right. Yeah, he's not coming to the ham shoot, right? But it is. I don't know. I think we have probably one of the greatest communities as far as friendliness and willingness to help somebody excel or be better than them. It's okay. It's okay if you beat me. I'm okay with that, because some people have a hard time being beat. With me, that's okay, because I've taught you well then. You've listened and you've done what you're supposed to do. So to me, that's a compliment.
Yeah,
exactly. So we have, I think, one of the best communities out there.
I was at I can't remember what match it was, but I had Kay Miculek came up to me after a stage. It was the NRA one with all the different guns you shot, and she said, "Wow, your pistol skills have really come a long way." And I thought, huh. Well, I actually beat her in the pistol part of that match.
Right.
But she said, for Kay to say that to me, I thought that was really nice.
Huge.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's just a national champion shooter walking up to you to say that.
Yeah.
When she didn't have to.
No. And other people have said it, and it's like, and there are people that win things. And I'm like, so they do watch what other people do.
Sure they do.
I know many times they're giggling at me because it is funny. It's like a circus when I shoot.
Well, it's the sparkly earmuffs.
Well, that's part of my tiara.
The calliope.
Okay, what you guys don't know, she's not kidding. She wears sparkly earmuffs and a tiara when she competes, right?
That's great.
I made a tactical tiara, and it actually is a visor that hooks around my head with a tiara sewn on it. So it is tactical because it's black.
Oh, God.
Okay, so now to boost my shooting competition needs, I need a tiara. Check.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Part of it is you can blind people with the diamonds.
Oh, we talking real diamonds? Even more reason to get one.
Yeah, because I mean, she's got like $12-15 into this thing at this point, so they have to be real.
Yeah, and if I don't have the tiara on, people are like, "Where is it?" I'm like, "Oh."
So that's why the Princess
Gunslinger.
Yes, from the tiara.
Yes.
And
tiara came first.
Okay. And
I don't know why that even appeared. I can't remember.
Do you remember where you got the first one?
Actually, yes, a friend of mine at a match bought it for me because I said I'd never had one. And we were.
As a little girl, you never had a tiara.
No.
Okay.
No. And
That's so sad.
she went to the store. It was around Halloween, and she bought me one, and that was my first one. And after that, it just kept happening. I don't know. It's kind of become kind of crazy at this point. I have actually little tiara pins to pass out to some of my lady friends.
So Michelle Cleveland could get.
Yes, I could send her one.
Okay,
excellent.
Good deal.
You guys are sexist. I want a tiara.
Well, Jim, Jim, you can have a tiara too.
Thank you very much.
He's got some fantastic hair right now.
I do have that.
Oh, I know. We've got the rainbow-colored hair in support of your daughter's team colors here.
That's right. That's right. You
Pretty
live
cool.
you live once, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, no kidding. Go for all of it, man.
They're only
I'm
this
there.
age for a little while to embarrass.
Yeah. Oh, no, you could embarrass them forever.
Yeah, I plan on embarrassing her kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
How old is Colton now?
Colton he's 19, he'll be 20 in May. So I have an 18-year-old and a 19-year-old, and yeah, I could still pull it off. I can embarrass them always.
Atta girl.
Oopsies.
There you go,
Mother of the
Mom.
year
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah. My dad still did it to me, and we were just in California together last summer. I'm like, really? This is still happening? I'm 47 years old.
So it gives you hope you can continue to do it to your kids.
Yeah, no doubt.
The tradition lives.
Well, thank you guys. This was really fun. This is, just as we talk about this community, this shooting community of, and I'm not sure what it is. That's we handle these powerful things and we're responsible about it, and it kind of talks to who you are. And I don't know, you could put all kind of stuff into it, but basically it's just a bunch of good people.
Yes.
So I mean, there it is. Raising kids right. I have not found very many. I won't say never, but almost no young people who are competitive shooters who are jerks.
No,
I agree.
I actually can't think of any, but I don't want to say that because there's some out there somewhere, but pretty darn unusual, really. So that's something too. Got that going for you. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna on this end, we're gonna go play Shot Show.
Woohoo.
Ooh, rub it in.
yeah, right.
Sorry.
No.
Yeah.
Just stay tuned because next week he'll tell us what he can't tell us about.
All these things that we have these non-disclosure agreements signed on.
Oh, it's so much fun having those, though, knowing
Okay.
you know something.
But doesn't it drive you crazy when you've got an NDA and you have not been given the okay, and then you read about it online
Yeah, well.
and you're going, "What?" Somebody's always breaking the NDA.
You're like,
I
"Yeah,
kept it quiet for nothing.
there's this pistol. Oh, I can't tell you about it right now.
If I could tell you, it's got this.
Okay.
And it's made by.
I'll tell them about the Hudson.
Oh, yeah.
All right, you guys want? All right, we'll extend this a couple more minutes. There is a brand new pistol being introduced here from a brand new company. No one's ever heard of the company. No one's ever seen or heard of this pistol before, except that Michelle has all the skinny on it.
I do. It's the company is Hudson Manufacturing
Out of Texas.
out of Texas, and it is called the H9 is the name of the gun. I've been reading some of the, people writing stuff on Facebook and everything, and they're like, I can research it all over. I can't find the company. What else have they built? Nothing.
This is the
It's a
first
new
thing.
company.
It's a brand new company
Yeah.
built. The company was started to make this pistol.
Yes, just
period.
for this pistol. And it is a
Striker
fired gun with a 1911 trigger. I think
Imagine
You have to hate
imagine all right. Imagine a 1911 and a Glock got drunk and had a wild night together. This is what you get.
This
when
is
it's
the
all
baby?
over. This
Yeah.
is the baby.
Glock.
It is. Now I've held it, but I've not shot it. Have you shot it?
I have not shot it, no.
It feels really good.
From what I understand, the people that have shot it
Mm-hmm.
are amazed.
Yeah,
They're just amazed
they're,
by it.
They're over the moon about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a polymer 1911.
Kind of, sort
No,
of.
I don't think so.
Kind of, sort of. It doesn't look like anything. The action is completely different from anything. The recoil spring is not even where it's supposed to be. Chris was actually involved in a lot of the work on this one.
Yes. He works for that company.
Yes. And they basically pulled the... We knew about this back in November and couldn't talk about it, but they pulled the wraps off this week. And there's... on Recoil Magazine's website and on their Facebook page, there's a lot of information about it. And
yes. Well, and their website's live. I mean, it's been hinting to it. So it's Hudson Manufacturing, and you have to watch the video on the website. It is amazing.
Yeah?
Oh my God, it's the cool. It's an amazing video about the gun.
And you have to
about
ask
the progression.
You have to ask the next logical follow-up question. They making 40 and 45 yet?
Is that a compact?
Okay, so that's what somebody put on.
do they have it left-handed?
Right.
I want an ambi.
Somebody put that on Facebook. So there's this amazing video, and they put, doesn't come in a 40 or 45. I'm not getting it. Alrighty then, have at it.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
You know,
We're just
some
never
people don't-
satisfied.
Some people do not deserve to have good things.
Yeah.
There you go.
So we'll actually have somebody from Hudson Company on the next Gun Talk show.
Cool.
Sweet.
So we'll be doing that. That'll be fun. But yeah, I just wanted to, people who pick this up can go online and check it out. it is truly rare to have something absolutely new that comes out of nowhere in the gun world.
Yeah, and it's making people crazy.
That's good.
I was going to say, and to hear the excitement in your voice, you know that there's something behind this. So that's awesome.
Yeah, it's something to see. We'll see how everything
It
goes.
really is. Yeah. And so I got, we're all kind of rooting for him, thinking this is cool to have a new player just come in.
Yeah.
Because nobody just comes in and creates. Not just like a tinkerer deal, but we're talking about a real company with the manufacturing and all the rest of it.
It's a pretty big deal. Yeah, it's not. There's nothing little about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a mom and pop thing or any. I mean, it is. It's all there.
Yeah.
And it's U.S. made.
It is.
Yes.
Amen.
Awesome.
Yep.
That's it.
America.
America, by God. Right out there in, by God, Texas. That's right.
Well, Michelle, you live too close to us for us not to come train with you, so we're going to have to fix that.
Yeah, let's talk about the Baster thing,
We will.
we'll figure something out.
And please let Chris know that we're all on his team.
Thank you. I will. We appreciate it.
All right, thanks, guys. And next show will be from the SHOT Show from the floor. So we'll do that next week.
Right.
All right, be good.
See ya.
Tell your friends about the Gun Talk After Show, a more informal setting featuring Tom, Michelle, and Jim commenting on topics that are important to you. Available on iTunes and other podcatchers, and the Gun Dealio smartphone app for iPhone and Android.